So guys, for this recipe, you're gonna need some walnuts, some onions, some mushrooms. You're also gonna need some beans. I made mine from scratch, but you can use canned if you want. Also, you'll need some minced garlic. I'm just using the rest of this jar up that I have. You'll also need some bell pepper. I'm using yellow today, but you can use whatever you like. You'll also need a jalapeno pepper. You can dice it and keep the seeds or remove the seeds if you don't like the heat. Sorry for my cat in the background, y'all. You'll need some tortillas. I'm using cassava flour ones here. And you'll also need some shredded vegan cheese. I'm using Miyoko's pepper jack today. You'll also need some enchilada sauce to get it nice and saucy. You'll also need some vegan cream style cheese. This is Treeline. You'll also need some salsa. Give it a little kick. And that's everything you're gonna need. Let's get started. So we're starting the pan here on medium heat. And you've got about 2 tablespoons of oil. You're gonna go ahead and actually throw your mushrooms in. I use the food processor to grind these up off camera. You're gonna cook these mushrooms about 5 to 7 minutes. And it's gonna take a little bit of time here. Now while these cook, they are gonna release a lot of liquid. So that's why I cook them about 7 minutes. I'm also gonna make sure I keep an eye on it just so I don't burn it, because mushrooms, they can burn really quickly if you're not watching them. And also what you'll want to do, you'll want to add a little bit of salt, because the salt will actually help to draw out the moisture. You'll see me do that here in just a minute. There goes the salt. And once you add all the salt in there, it's about a teaspoon. You're gonna go ahead and mix that well, just so that that salt can get into all of those, so it'll help to release the liquid. Now this we're gonna cook about 5 to 7 minutes. Once it's cooked for about 5 to 7 minutes, we'll come back and we'll show you what it's looking like. I'm just mixing it to make sure it's all combined. And we're back! It's 5 to 7 minutes after they've cooked that long, and you can see the liquid pooling at the bottom of the pan there. So they're about almost all the way cooked. They're not quite done, but that's okay because we're gonna add some other stuff here. But don't those mushrooms look good, y'all? Love me some mushrooms. Now you're gonna add the bean mixture, which is your beans, your bell pepper, your jalapeno, your onions, and that garlic. I also use the food processor to blend this up on the side. And you'll mix this in quite well. Once I get it all in there, I'm gonna just mix that in and incorporate it with the mushrooms. And I don't like to waste anything, so I'm making sure I get it all out of there, okay? I don't know about y'all, but waste, we don't do that around here. So I'm just mixing that around there to mix all of the ingredients together. The mushrooms, the beans, the onions, the garlic, all that good stuff. This is gonna taste so good, you guys. And you guys, this enchilada recipe, it's so good. It's comfort food, you know? Get you a nice little plate with some enchiladas, make you put a green salad right next to it. I'm telling you, it's great, okay? And it's easy. The leftovers are awesome. Can't tell you how many times I've eaten this recipe right here for leftovers, and it seems to get better with time. It's like the first day you make it, it's great, but the next day, oh, it's so bomb. You're like, yeah. So definitely give it a try. So I'm just mixing this here, and we're gonna let this cook for about, I want to say about 10 minutes, because we want all the flavors to marry together. I'm just making sure I mix it well. And also, you will want to season this. You can use any type of seasoning you like. I'm choosing to actually use some fajita seasoning, which is what I had lying around. I was actually going to use taco seasoning, and then I said, no, I have fajita seasoning, let's use that. So that's what I'm actually putting in here, all that brown looking stuff. And there's the packet. There it goes. So we're just going to mix this in and combine it, get it all combined up in there. And once I get that mixed in very well, you go ahead and mix that really, really good, because you want to make sure everything gets seasoned, because that's the worst thing is when you bite into something and you get a bite of flavor in one side and then the rest doesn't have any flavor. So I'm making sure I mix this really well, because I want that flavor all up and through there, right? Yeah. So yeah, I mix it a little bit, and now you're gonna let this cook for about 10 minutes. And after about 10 minutes, we'll come back and show you what it looks like. So this is after about 10 minutes of cooking. Look at how that looks so much like meat, y'all. I can't tell you how many times I've tricked people and made them think mushrooms were ground beef. Because y'all, if you look at that, the mushroom and bean combination with all of those other vegetables in there, if you didn't know it, you'd swear it was meat. Yeah? Alright. So now we've got it pretty much done. It's ready to go. And we're going to go into rolling. I'm going to show you how to do 2 of these. So you'll first start with your tortilla, of course, right? You'll take about 2 scoops or 2 tablespoons of your filling mixture. That's what I actually used when I did these. But the first thing you're actually going to do, you're going to take your cheese, the creamy cheese, and you're going to spread that on the bottom, because this will kind of give your filling something to stick to, and it gives you that added layer of herbaceous flavor. Y'all, my tortilla, it looks kind of funky because it ripped, and I just went with it, honestly, because when you put these in the pan, you're going to put them seam side down anyway. So you'll go ahead and put your cheese, then you'll put 2 tablespoons of your filling. I think I kind of went a little bit too heavy on it, but honestly, y'all, these things were filled and I loved it. So yeah. Then once you do the filling, you're gonna go ahead and do your salsa next. And after you've put the salsa, you're gonna do the most fun part of all, of course. So now we're actually gonna roll it. And you wanna be gentle with this because you don't wanna break the tortillas. As you can see, mine is broken a little bit, but it was broken before I even got it out of the pack. And you're gonna put the seam side down into your baking dish. Now my baking dish is actually off to the side. And then I'm gonna just do one more for you so you can see how we do that again. So you'll start with your cheese. You'll put your cheese on there, and you can put as little or as much as you want. I like to kind of make it an even layer just so I can make sure that there's flavor all over, because flavor, that's my main thing, okay? Flavor is my jam. Then you're gonna go ahead and take your meat filling, your bean and mushroom mix with all the vegetables, and then you're gonna top that off with a little bit of salsa. You'll roll that up, and when you roll these up, be gentle, as I said, because you don't want to break the tortilla. They're already kind of, soft. And you'll put that in the pan, same side down. And I'll show you what the finished layered up dish looks like. This is how it looks before it goes into the oven. Now you're going to preheat the oven to 350 and you're going to cook it about 40 to 50 minutes. When we come back, I'll show you how it looks like when it's done. And we're back! Look at that beautiful golden color. Woo! This is the enchiladas when it's done. It's perfect. It is gooey and just delicious. Now I will say, don't cut into this right away. You'll want to give it at least 15 to 20 minutes, at most 30 minutes, to cool off before you cut into it. Because if you cut into it right away, it'll go all over the place. So give it about 30 minutes. But yeah, guys, this is the enchilada recipe. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think.